Hi, welcome back to Making the Bible Come Alive. Today we will look at a new character. Rachel. 1, 2, 3, go. Where do you hear this? In competitions. It's important to have a good attitude when we win and when we lose too. Today, our Bible character loved to win. Let's look out and find out more.
Affirmative. Jacob is tricked. Jacob was fleeing from his brother Esau and on his way to stay with his mother's brother Laban in Haran. He was also hoping to find a wife. At Bethel, God told him in a dream that he was with him and everyone would be blessed through him and his descendants. As Jacob was close to Haran, he saw a well covered by a large stone and 3 flocks of sheep gazing nearby. Jacob asked the shepherds, "Where are you from?" "We're from Haran," they replied. "Do you know Laban?" Jacob inquired. "Yes, and he as well," they answered. "Here comes his daughter Rachel with his sheep." When Jacob saw Rachel, daughter of his uncle Laban, he rolled the stone away from the mouth of the well and watered his uncle's sheep. He told Rachel who he was, kissed her, and wept aloud. She ran to tell her father. Laban invited Jacob to stay with him. A month later, Laban said, "Just because you are a relative of mine, you should not work for me without pay. Tell me what your wages should be." Laban had 2 daughters. The elder was Leah, and the younger was Rachel. Jacob was in love with Rachel and said, "I'll work for you 7 years in return for your younger daughter Rachel." So Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel, but they seemed like only a few days for him because he loved her. At the end of the 7 years, Laban held a wedding feast, but Laban gave Leah and not Rachel to Jacob as his bride. It was not until the next morning that Jacob discovered he had married Leah, not Rachel. A furious Jacob confronted Laban. "What is this you have done to me? I served you for Rachel, didn't I? Why have you deceived me? It is not our custom here to give the younger daughter in marriage before the elder one." Laban explained, "But I will allow you to marry Rachel in return for another 7 years' work." Jacob agreed. A week later, Rachel became his wife also. Jacob worked another 7 years for Laban. When the Lord saw Leah was not loved by Jacob, he gave her 4 boys, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Rachel, however, remained childless. 10:4.
Jacob worked 14 years to marry Rachel, and she was his favorite. But Rachel used trickery against her sister and her father to get what she wanted. The Bible says in Philippians 2:3, "Don't be selfish. Don't try to impress others. Be humble, thinking of others as better than yourselves." This means to have a good attitude towards others. Did you know Rachel was a shepherdess? And we too have a shepherd. Let's look at Skyler, who's going to tell us about the sheep.
So happy to see you here at my zoo. I'm Skyler, and today we will look at a farm animal, the sheep. I wouldn't be surprised if you told me you knew what a sheep was. But did you know that there are 1,000 distinct breeds of sheep worldwide? Yup, 1,000 different types of sheep can be found all around the world. Here are other things you might not know. A group of sheep is called a flock. When a sheep is first born, within minutes, they will be able to stand and walk with the flock. Right as they are born, sheep are very independent and like to be in groups. They have rectangular pupils that give them the ability to see almost everything around them, except what is right behind them. They actually have a great sense of smell. Humans can smell because of glands in their nose, but sheep not only have glands in front of their eyes, but they also have some on their feet. It has been shown that sheep have great memory. In one study, a sheep could remember 50 other sheep faces. This means a sheep can remember what their friends look like. Other studies have shown that sheep can feel emotions just like you. They can feel afraid, angry, bored, sad, and happy. Not only are they able to feel these emotions, but they are able to recognize different emotional expressions. This means that they will be able to tell what another sheep is feeling. As highly social animals, sheep will form strong bonds between each other. For example, a mother will feel the bond towards her baby. Did you know that sheep are mentioned in the Bible? Did you know that humans are compared to sheep in the Bible? Did you know that you have a shepherd? Yup, humans are said to have a shepherd like sheep do. The King David wrote a whole poem that uses sheep to express how God is towards us. In fact, you might know it. The poem is in the Bible and it starts like this: "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Here, God is said to be a shepherd and he takes care of his sheep. So what this verse is really saying is that God will take care of you so you don't have to worry. Do you know who else said that he was a shepherd? Jesus. Jesus said that he was the good shepherd. Isn't that cool? God and Jesus take care of us as our shepherds. So, at all times, you can remember that Jesus is your shepherd.
Jesus is our good shepherd, and he helps us have a good attitude and healthy competitions. It's okay to want to win, but not at all costs. Let's sing Psalms 23, Our Good Shepherd. Saphyre from Making the Bible Come Alive, out.